Welcome to another amazing episode of Pitch Cafe podcast. Today's episode is very special for most age groups because today I'm going to talk about how to find the job you love. When I say how to find the job you love, I mean, what is it that you can do consistently, regularly, on a very timely schedule and make money and enjoy your life while you're making money. So when a job becomes enjoyable, then it becomes life. When your job and life are interchangeable, you start becoming very successful. Instead of becoming like a circle or a wheel, it starts becoming like a flywheel. A flywheel is a concept which takes time to initially pick up momentum, and once the flywheel becomes momentum in a very self-sustainable way, you start making money. Now, why should your job feel like your life? And why is it that when job becomes life, it becomes more enjoyable? If you look at computer programming, or if you look at teaching, for example, what I'm doing here, like I'm a video marketing influencer. When I do this and I feel very much in resonance with myself, then whatever I do, it is the best part of myself. I offer the best. I give like 200% of what I do. And when other people who use my product, who use my services, they can feel that, then this becomes successful. Whatever I do, whatever I say, if it reaches the client or the customer, the other person, then it becomes very effective. So that is your very first rule in finding the job you love. It should feel like your life. It should be very much you. So don't fight your passion. If you're really passionate about something, then go after it. But figuring out your passion is not so easy. It is a journey. Most people have like a checklist, or they look at people around them. They do a little bit of research on Google, they read books, but really this is not a binary answer. Finding your passion is a journey. It is a constant journey, a constant, a back and forth between trying something, seeing what other people feel about it, looking at your finances, and then coming back to yourself. It's most important, has to come from your heart. So what are a few ways to figure out what jobs fit you? So like most human beings do, we look around. We look at friends, we look at family, we look at Google search, we read newspapers, we read career magazines, we discuss on community platforms. And nowadays, community platforms are not just limited to your school or your college. It's beyond boundaries. So we are discussing with people beyond boundaries, people with different kinds of interests. You never know, you may just go out to watch a game with someone, or you go to play basketball with someone, and you might end up something very appealing to your talent and your skill. So when I say know your passion or explore your passion, it's a journey. So always be receptive to new ideas. It's not what your dad asked you to do, or what your family does, or what your friends are doing. It's what is natural to you, which you can do very well. Whether it is, building the next art form which can go and be tokenized with an NFT, or whether it's learning blockchain, or whether it is simply creating beautiful ads or movies, or it's or if you like to writing books. So it can be any of this. The thing is, if your hobby and passion are natural to you, like you're honestly skilled in it, it is something which you do very well, then you start making money out of it, then it becomes a job. Now, if you're looking at different jobs, let's say your approach is you go to a job board and you're applying for a job and you're segregating different careers. That's a very good way, to look for a job, no doubt about it. You also want to consider that if you pick up this job, let's say you go pick up a job of a systems programmer, are you going to be struggling a lot? Or is it something which is going to cause problems to your manager because you don't understand half the things going on there, but you like the word systems, you like the concept of systems programming? Is that the right job for you if you are going to struggle in it? Is your IQ customized for programming or for understanding systems, thinking in systems level? This is a very important question you need to ask. So I use this concept or theory which is provided by Jordan Peterson. He's a very big influencer in this space of career and life, and what he says is your IQ should match the kind of job you're doing. It seems lawyers have a different IQ spectrum. People who do art and writing, they have a different IQ spectrum. Physicists and mathematicians have a different IQ spectrum. The more you match your job with your IQ spectrum, whether it's writing or whether it's programming, you will ease into that job, and every day your job will not become a struggle. Your life will not become a struggle. It will become joyful. Once you become very happy and comfortable in what you do, then you start moving up. You start spiraling up in the flywheel. So it's very important you match your IQ. So let's say you find a profession where your IQ is lower, but you love that profession. Then are you willing to go out of the way to learn more and raise your IQ about that particular job? Let's say you love data science. Everything about it fascinates you and you want to become a data scientist. But when you talk to a data scientist, you always feel, oh my God, there is this part of this whole non-linear modeling I don't understand, or which is very much required for the job I'm applying for. This whole thing, it's not in my DNA. Then maybe you may take up a job around data science where you're communicating concepts, but you don't really have to go and create data science models. You can work with data scientists who model and talk about what they're doing. So then you start moving into communication and marketing, but you're very close to data science. So this is a struggle which a lot of people face. They like technology, they like the science behind it, but they can't really do the science, because if you become a data scientist, you're dealing with a lot of math, a lot of data, and it's day in and day out, you're repeating stuff. So it's fun and explorative, but are you really the right person for that job? So your IQ matters and your passion matters. And what I would say is, if you're a person who's doing a job which is not yet out there, let's say you're creating a really new kind of community of content creators which is not there yet. Let's say you want to create a movie which explains technology. There are very few people out there who do that, but you want to do it in a fun way. That's like a totally new genre. Very few people are there in that. So, and you want to introduce this concept into schools. Now, not many people are doing that. So if you want to explore a career like that, then don't stop, keep at it, because the jobs which are going to come up 10 years from now are going to be very different from what they are now, because technology is changing, information, data, talent, skill, everything is getting distributed. It's not concentrated in one place. Every person, whether it's in Kazakhstan or here in United States or in India or Bangladesh, they have access to the same pool of data and talent and learning. So if you think there is a job which you're fit for, which is not out there, don't stop. You be the creator of that kind of job. You be that entrepreneur. So there are different ways in which you can pursue your dream job. Either you pursue your passion, look around it. Secondly, you look at your IQ, look at the job listings, live 1 or 2 days in that job, talk to people in that job arena and see whether it is, you can, really clear the hurdles in that job, and your life is not going to be stressful. It will be fun. You'll enjoy it day in and day out. And the third thing is, if there's not a job out there, it's not yet there, and you're thinking about creating one, then go for it. Keep trying, keep engaging in that idea, and you be the creator of that job. However, in all of these different pursuits, if you think you need to have a sustainable income, then you need to have a job which pays you regularly, then you want to choose a job which you're comfortable with. So you match your IQ, your skills and your interests and start somewhere. There is nothing like a perfect workplace or a perfect job. You're always going to have to adjust with a lot of things. But if the task you engage in regularly, it really brings you joy, then it will give you energy to counter all these hurdles. Let's say your workplace you are in has a lot of toxic elements, but the job you do, you really love it, and it gives you energy to work through that toxicity, to do something about it, to change things, to give you leadership skills. So these are a few things to find your dream job. This is the thought process behind it, but I always feel that you should try out projects in the job which you're pursuing. If you are doing something, let's say in data science or computer science, or let's say it's hardware engineering, then you do a lot of projects before you apply for the job so that you can show it. And then as you try out these different projects, you also know if on a daily basis you will enjoy this kind of job. So these are a few tips to find a job you love. always remember, if the job is not yet there, you can go and create that job. Number one, always finding your passion is a journey. It's not like a black and white thing. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, they came up with the PageRank algorithm and they created Google. Search was not in our DNA a few decades ago, and now Google has become literally like a verb. So these people created the job which they were going to be a good fit for. So create something which you think you're a good fit for if it's not yet out there. And otherwise, match your IQ. Don't go to a job where your IQ is completely opposite. Let's say your IQ required for a certain job is 200 plus or 180 plus, and then there's high stress in that job. First of all, if you don't have the IQ, then you have to struggle with stress management. That's not the job for you. So these are a few tips which I thought would be helpful for you in finding your dream job. As I said, it's a journey. Keep trying, keep at it. It's not set in stone. If you don't find one, create your own job and you be the creator of the job. With that, I wish you a very good luck in finding your dream job, your dream career, and I'll see you in the next episode of Pitch Cafe. If you find this information useful, please subscribe to this channel, recommend this channel, leave your comments. I truly appreciate anything you give as feedback or your suggestions, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.